Welcome back. If you're new here, we are pretty simple, making a game using a custom game engine. At the moment, prioritizing function over form, and that's about it. So yesterday, we were working on some UI bugs and simplifying state, and we're going to carry on with that. It worked maybe, I don't know, 20-30 minutes after last night after the stream on the problem I was stuck on yesterday, which was, so we got this working. You can create a lobby, and now you can leave a lobby. Cool. But then when you joined a lobby, you were stuck in this state. And I couldn't figure out yesterday what was going on there, but it was just that this UI panel was like a whole new window rendered over everything. It was not letting my buttons go through. So that works. We can leave the lobby, we can click away from there. Should be able to start a game from there. So our approach yesterday was kind of to simplify a bunch of the state in here, hoping that would just get rid of bugs on its own. And I think we're just going to carry on down that path. I know there's some static variables over here where we're drawing the UI that work for now but won't work in the future. And that might be a good thing to look at. The consts are probably fine. Static auto. Let's just look at all of them and see what's going on. So we've got const things, an error code. Yeah, this kind of thing where we do some operation, cache the error code here, and then do other stuff on it because we want to print this text over multiple frames, which is fine if you only go through once, which is all you can do right now. But if we were to start a game, come back, these are going to have the old state and won't be well behaved. That one's fine, probably. It's kind of the same thing. There's two of them. It's the same thing there. So there's three of these guys. And we got to do something else here. And really all we're trying to do is right now just allow some text to be printed for several frames after you make this call. Seems like a fine thing to do. Error string. And that one doesn't print the error string, and neither does that one. You know, I kind of think like I don't know if the error is the thing that needs to be preserved here, because like if this operation fails right away, we should react to it. But we don't care the next time going through all that much unless we're trying to show an error string. But like a more likely error, does this guy care about an error string? No, because if you, not an error string. Again, if something fails, you just don't do, I don't even know. You don't do anything. Like your most likely error is not even something that comes back from immediately. Like maybe I start a multiplayer game and then I lose internet, and then at some time in the future another error is published because I couldn't connect to the server. And I wouldn't even be able to, like, I don't want to handle that in here. That doesn't even make sense. It's more of a pop-up thing. But I guess for now, if we just want to print that text, we do need some state. So what if we... Can we figure this out some other way? Do we know... Like we're in the start game operation? Yeah, we can do that. Then we would know if that's happening, we print that text. Otherwise, if some error happens at any point, we push that off to a dialog. Do I... Where are you? Yeah. We have an error dialog. Are we using that? We have an error dialog there. We've got the whole... If it's open, draw it. Open error dialog. Maybe we can just use that for our errors, and then... Okay, what do we need? Static auto error code. And then just check or print the text if our operation is start game. And error code. I think I like that more. But I don't think we have, what do we have for, we added, there's an operation in progress. That's all private, so if we have like, is starting game or something. That's what it's called, right? Is a starting game. Okay. We don't need an error code. If this is an error, we don't want to do anything crazy, but we're not actually doing anything else, so if that succeeds, that puts us into the start game state. And then starting game. But we would, I guess, maybe we want to pop open an error dialog. I feel like if things are well behaved, the UI should already be like making sure all the preconditions are true, so that shouldn't error out. We should still handle it so we don't crash or do something weird, but like the real errors are things that come back later when the game doesn't connect or something. Do we have, are there 3 of those? Oh yeah. Let's see. Okay, we'll get rid of that. What do we do here? Okay, we get rid of that for now. So we would do roughly that thing into the error dialog. But if just double check that does. Yeah. Start multiplayer game. Just want to make sure we only move into that state if there's not an error code. Yeah. Starting game, and there was one more. Where was that? Oh boy. No, this. Draw start game. Well, if I just do that, that's gonna like infinitely start the game. We're in draw. Draw start game sub menu. What is this? Okay, we in the multiplayer drop down, we drop party, create a lobby, join a lobby, handle start game, hide if a lobby's been created. Oh, okay. Okay, so if you're in a party but not in a lobby, you can just like jump into a game without allowing, like making your lobby public, so just play with your friends. And there's a separate button for that. And that button does this, but I want to respond to the button click. I don't want to draw something on the button click. I want to, right? Draw star. I mean, I guess. Do we leave it a function, or we just pull the function out to here? Start game visible in lobby. We'll just move this stuff down here, maybe. Right? Does that work? Start game if button clicked. Start multiplayer. That's always going to be a multiplayer game. And then, yeah, okay. So we'll leave that there. Starting game. Do an error thing here. Hey, hello. Hello. Bro unit has updated. Unit has updated. What do you mean by that? Does it build? That should be good. Oh wait, no, here I didn't do that. Should we do this? Oh, I guess it is a little weird, isn't it? Draw. I'll just do that. What did I do? Nope. Yep. Pop ID. What do I do now? No. So is that this button that we were just looking at? What was that? No, not. Why am I in there now? Get start game text. What is this doing? Start pocket. Okay, so that is presumably the button. What does it do? Okay, it goes very fast. Check the other one. If I make a lobby and I start game, okay, it happens. So how do I want to open an error dialog if one of those things fails? You have the error dialog. Which requires just pass it in here. I think, right? Yeah, it's not, okay. It's not referenced in there at all, so I can just move that above. And then if I just fine to have one, yeah, we'll leave it. I think this is what I want to do. Just take it in and presumably it's fine to have one error dialog because I think it like a modal dialog that stops input from the background, so you'd have to close it or click OK or something before another error could be published. We don't know what that symbol is. In UI. Okay. I think that should be fine. And then I just go to those to-dos. Bring my error code back. What's the type of error code? It's an enum class. Okay. Open. A title and a message. What should my title be? Oops. There. Okay. There's our other one. Start single player game. We'll do the same thing. Oops. Thing is, I don't even know if I have a good way to force this failure to make sure it's working. Yeah, that was just publishing the error string, so that's effectively the same. Is there a third place? Yes. Ah. Okay. Where was I? Let me just copy this. Oh no, I deleted it now. There it is. If we... This one uses a function to get the text. That's okay. They're all start games. Let's see. Oops, of course. Of course it must be. Okay. Oh. Yeah, I don't know how I can force an error to happen, because if the UI is well behaved, it won't allow you to click the button if an error would happen. Unless it's like a network error. What do I want to do about that? You just pick a place and make an error. Try to create lobby. Let me just make it an error code. Error code action in progress is what would happen if there was like a UI bug and this disabled didn't work. Say what? Well, I guess I can just do this. Alright, now if I click on that button, we should get some kind of pop-up. I think it was the one in here. It does block my clicks. It's very debug. What did that do? I feel like it didn't open one of my clicks. It's not pretty, but it does the job. But that one goes through. Okay, so get rid of that. And go back to here. There are some things listed out. So we just saw that start game text. Did that one. I think this is referencing the statics. It's the radio buttons. Not a bug, it's just not in there. I don't think they do anything. When party invitees in lobby, they should not have access to start game. Okay, so there's like some weird disabled state. I don't think I rebuilt that. Check our buttons if there's 2 people in the game and make sure they are correctly disabled. Now this said when a party invitee is in the lobby, they should not have access to the start game. So let's first let's check without that. What? check if you are just a lobby member but not in the party. Okay. That seems good. Maybe that one should probably be disabled here because I'm in a lobby. I don't think starting a single player game would leave my lobby. That seems bad. I leave, comes back, create a lobby. Okay. But then here, do anything, join a lobby, join. Now, I can't create a lobby, I can't browse more lobbies, but I can click start bot game. Leave lobby, that's all fine. What happens here? Where's your join lobby? Just started a game? That seems bad. How did I do that? Started a bot game. Okay. That's not what you want. So it's gonna be, if we're in here, I think. Lobby options, members. If start game is visible, so what is that? Start game visible. Oh. Okay, so I think if I was in... If it was in the party, that should be correctly disabled. Not doing an operation, but I was the party host because I was in my own party. Two separate parties. So, start game should not be visible. If you're... Well, is... Ooh. Is lobby host? Is lobby host. What, how does is party host? Oh. I think we can just call lobby manager, am I the host? We have a function that tracks that state already outside of UI that should be always up to date. But where was that? If I'm not doing something, and is lobby host. What if I'm... We'll try it. Lobby host. No, because I feel like there's a start game button when you're not in a lobby. I might need to do more with that. Because I think my guess is... Oh. I kind of thought that one would be disabled. Okay. Maybe that does work. No, this one. Lobby host. Join. No, it's still there, but I'm not. Really? I was calling that function, wasn't it? Start game visible. Oh, ha. I really gotta automate this step so that I don't fall into that trap. You had two different versions of the game. No, it's not that. Okay. We are disabled. And I could start. I can still start a bot game. We're in. Huh, what? Join a lobby. What state am I in here? I should definitely be able to do this now. Just doing crazy stuff. I wonder. So how did we get here? We joined somebody else's lobby, left, and then made our own, and we're stuck. Yeah. What do we use this for? We set it to false when we enter the main menu. We set it to true when we join a lobby. We set it to false on construction. All right. You gotta go. You gotta go. The best state is no state. And we don't need to do anything because at the point we call enter lobby, lobby manager knows if we own it or not. So instead, something's broken up here and we say is lobby host. We just return lobby manager is lobby owner, and that should be well behaved if we're not in a lobby, right? Okay. Let's see. Not in a lobby, this returns false. Start game visible, we get, if we're not doing something, we're not in a lobby. I wonder if this breaks the button in the case when we're not in a lobby. That like start game that's off to the left. Oh. All right, space war. Can I click that? Okay. Yeah, the button goes away now. Okay, so we do have to do something else there. There used to be a start game button. So if I had party members, you could just fill the rest with bots without making a public lobby. And that disappeared. But I create a lobby, I have my button. If I join the lobby, I don't have my button. And now if I leave the lobby and create my own lobby, I still don't have the button? Okay. That just made things worse then. Why? Because I should have that button if am I in some operation? I should be the lobby host. And I should be the party host. Right? Which one are you? Wait. Did I not copy? God damn it. I just did the same thing, I think. Did I? I don't remember. Okay, so we need to make a lobby over here. We need to join, and then we need to leave, and then make our own. And we have this. Now, just for fun, you joined, you made. Let's have both start and make sure their state is just good. So they've got themselves and 3 bots and themselves and 3 bots. Okay. So now when we did this, when we updated this function and added this, start game is not visible when you're just in a party and you want to start a bot game. So is there an easier way to do that, or do I just... Okay. You must be the party host. Always. No. No. That was the case where it was bad before. What is the thing here? Just, if not... No. If operation in progress... No. We can't do anything if we're doing something actively. If we are in a lobby, what is the logic there? Okay. Do we have... Is in lobby. Oh. If we're in a lobby, we'll just check. Return. You can only start if you're the lobby host. Else. Party host? Is that a thing? Party host, yeah. I think that's right. If we're in a lobby, only the lobby host can start it. Otherwise, we're in... Yeah, that seems... right. Seems right. I will not forget this time. I haven't really done very much testing when you have a party as well, so I wonder what kinds of things will work or not work in that case. Alright, so we go in here, we have our button back, we have our button. Create lobby, we can start. Join lobby, we can't start. We leave lobby, we create lobby, we can start. Join this person's lobby, we can't start. We can start. Okay. I think those were the cases. So let's try that. Okay. Now I'm in the party. I can't do anything. I can't start a single player game. I can't start a single player game. Start a bot game. Oh, okay. Oh, that stale. Okay. We haven't really done anything with that yet. Create a lobby. No. Well, that all seems good. I kind of suspect both of these leave lobbies are weird here. Because at the moment, there's no way to leave your party. What happens? I leave the lobby, but I'm stuck in the party. But there was never a way to leave the party, which we do want to add, but I might want to do that as like a separate thing. Do I want to disable the button for now? That seems like unnecessary work that's just going to get overwritten. Hello. How are you? I'm curious here. An exception. Yeah, we were in a bad state there anyway. Make like I don't think I want to do leaving the party right now, just to keep this stuff focused on this issue. They'll make another issue for that. And then I also suspect there's something bad here with the lobby owner leaving the lobby. I don't think the other person will respond well to that. And again, that might not be something that's like a simple UI fix. That might be like we need to transfer lobby ownership. And I definitely didn't do that. Ever. So unless it magically works. So we want to do you make a lobby. You join that lobby, and then you leave the lobby. You're fine. You think you're in a lobby. And I bet you are. And you're in a lobby with two players. No, you're in a lobby with one. Okay. That makes sense. So we owned things. We left. This guy probably knows we left, but has no authority to update the lobby data. So it still shows 2 players. So if we... I mean, we should be able to join. Oh, that's weird. Yeah, we either... Okay, there's 2 options. When I appear to be the owner again. I don't know how that works. But let's say this was the first go-round. When we leave, either this guy needs to pick that up and just bail on the lobby, or we need to transfer ownership to one of the other people and shift them all over. And that is probably outside of the scope of this issue, so I'll make another issue for that too. Something like that. And then we did see there's some other stale state that we saw. It was in... What happened there? The lobby list was stale. And we've been deleting all of these bools. We're down to very few. Done with these two. Kind of a lot of the weird UI state has been related to these bools not being reset at the right time. Okay, this one's done too. Where are we at? Let's see. Yeah, we can do this one time now. We still have two of these guys that maybe we don't need. Is the lobby member personas initialized, and is the lobby list initialized? Initialized. That works fine. Okay, so this guy's just getting a list of all like the Steam pictures and names to populate the UI. If we don't have anything, we're just gonna load it. But we have an event when we've entered the main menu. In that case, we would never be in a lobby. We might be in a party, but not a lobby. So... And the reason we load it there, okay. So, well, let's see. Where else is that used? Just set it to false. Lobby list, and that's the other one. Okay. Let's get rid of this one first, because I think I know what needs to happen there. Where else do we have that? On enter main menu, we just want to load our own persona, I think. I'm going to leave this here just in case, but I think I see how that's supposed to work. Yeah, we don't want to load that. We're going to load a persona into lobby members, and it's ourselves and our own network ID. I wonder what happens if we just don't do that. I'm curious. If we just wait for the event. Because maybe it fills itself before the UI needs it. It's possible. Alright, we've done those things. I guess we'll test it from both sides. So all we really want to see there is like the pictures appear in the lobby list like they did before. Can I do that? I'm in the party. Yeah, I'm in the lobby right away. If I do this, if I join a lobby, I'm in there right away. I don't think we even need to do that. I think that data is being updated and this is being overwritten all the, like every time an event happens whatsoever. And that event will happen before. Well, is it happening before the UI is called? Let's see. Still in there. Yeah, but ours takes a second because this guy's got to respond to it and then publish it and then we get it. Does anything weird happen in that interim period? No, my buttons are disabled right away, I think. So I think that's fine. Yeah, my start game button. I don't see any problem with that. But this is the thing. That lobby's destroyed, but we have our stale list that we've cached. And if I refresh it, it goes away. But like, I should refresh that probably every time I click this button, right? Why not? Like, this button should open this and refresh, and this button should just refresh and keep it open. Anything else weird here? What do you have? You have... No, that's a good one. I think that's well behaved. Just for fun, what happens here? Ah, it's terrible. That's got to be disabled too. Let me write that one down. Lobby list, stale, and can start single player game while in lobby. Those are bad. So, there's some I didn't delete here. That can go away. What's happening on enter main menu? I've got some comments here. This function, I believe, is called now. Didn't I do that? I did. Two-phase initialization has been moved here. I'm wondering if we even have to do this function. But it's working as is, so I'm going to leave it. Okay, lobby list initialized. Alright, so the next target is this guy. Not referenced here. It's just there. So when are we calling this function? It's going to be in here. Get lobby list. Draw. No. So the reason we're doing that is because we are going to repeatedly call this and get the lobby list. And otherwise we'd be like loading it every time. And what we really want to do is just when we click the button that put us in here, we want to call this. right away. So who put us in here? I don't even know. Where are we? Here. Up here. If we click the button to join a lobby. Oh, maybe this function. Browse lobbies can you'll put us into that operation and you'll load the lobby list. And then if we're in a lobby, we do that. If we're still browsing a lobby, we go down here. And maybe it's clear if I do the same thing up there. I don't know. But then we'll just poll whatever the latest thing is, and when that callback fires through, this will actually have data in it. We might have a couple frames where there's like an empty thing, but that's okay. We'll just always get the last thing that came through. Yeah. I hope. Go away. Let's see what that does. I wonder what else we can find, if that works. How did I even get into that state? Certainly need a lobby. Could I just join? Leave. You leave, and now join. Yeah, it has the old one for a second. Yeah. Did we just clear it? So if I create a lobby and I click join, it should load again. I wonder... There's... Do we want to clear the cached list anytime we refresh or not? I'm not sure on that one. Okay, single player game while in a lobby is a big deal. I think like the whole drop down should probably be disabled, not just the button. So how are we getting it into there? We should test the rejoin too and make sure that still works. Single player enabled. Are you ever not in a party? Who's in party? How do you end up not in a party if your party's made? I think they're like an initialize party. What does this guy do? Create party. Okay, so there's a brief period of time you are not in a party, because you're either going to be initialized with the party you're going to enter, or you're going to hit the main menu, call this function, and when this succeeds, you're in the party. So this doesn't seem... Well, we have to check something about lobby status here too, because if you're in a lobby with somebody else and you're not in their party, your party size can be 1. Okay, well, simply, if you are in a lobby, unconditionally, you cannot start a single player game. If does this do something bad? Yeah, you gotta, okay. Party? We don't have one of those. Let's just see. Whatever. Probably have about 15 minutes left. Let's see how much I can get done. Outside of this, was this the last? I have to go looking for more things. Okay. Do that. That like disables the whole thing. If I collapse that, can't open it. Okay. Seems good. We will... Oh. We're not in a lobby. Okay. We are in... I can't do anything. I can't expand. if I expand beforehand. Cool. It's outside of a party, this button is the one remaining thing that is bad. Should still be... Oh, something bad happened. We ended up with a bot. How do we end with a bot? Okay, take that back. How did we end up with a bot? I suppose I could do this too. Yeah, I broke something in there. Come on. What did I break? In a party. Hey, Guttermind. That will be up to my wife's discretion. Obviously, what it looks like right here is not acceptable for the future. But it depends how nice it can be made to look with MGUI. Okay, just my regular flow here work if I join a game. Broke something somewhere. Lobby data. Oh no, something that I did is not. Alright then. I wonder if it was doing that load persona? No. This one maybe? What did I do here? What's going on with my lights? Oh, hi there. So the story with the game is that it's my wife's project that she's been working on for a while. We spent way too long making a game engine. She's not really doing anything with it, but having fun learning. And she had an idea for a game she's been working on for a couple months, and I'm helping her out developing some features in my spare time. So I think the condensed version of the game is she wants to do like a vintage fantasy CRPG thing, but condensed into a deck builder, like a fast-paced thing. So you kind of level up, and acquiring your cards is like progressing through a skill tree kind of thing. Thanks for joining us. Could be that, or am I not passing stuff off somehow? Or did I make... here's another option. In here, did I accidentally do a single player instead of a multiplayer somewhere when I was copying stuff out? Or... Start single player game. That is why. That's gotta be it, right? That's bad. Possibly. I've never played The Witcher 3. I've seen some stuff about Gwent, but all I know is that it is a card game in there. Actually, I feel like I have played The Witcher 3, but not enough of it to remember. Okay. There we fixed. Yeah, okay. That makes sense. What was I doing before? Okay, I think that one's done. I've got like maybe 8 minutes left. Got rid of a ton of state in there. Basically condensed it down to this. We still have those. I'm curious. We have like... We couldn't possibly need all of these things, do we? I mean, that wouldn't be the source of any bugs, but... just out of curiosity. Yeah. I don't think you'd ever need those things aside from just subscribing to the event, but then like network events you would to start a game, and game events you would to start a game. Is that all of them? Network, game, lobby, party. Okay. Well, we can also get rid of those things. Not that it really matters, but they're not useful outside of this constructor. Lobby events. Okay. Let's see here. I wonder what this one does. Is invited to party mid-app. I mean, that means like I haven't actually tested that flow yet. If I invite somebody to my party and they're in the game already. Is party host. This has got to be set. Okay, if your game is launched with a party ID, you're obviously you're an invitee at that point. What clears that out? Leave party. I don't think... I don't think that's going to be well behaved either, but that'll be another thing to look at. Like, was it from invitee status or whatever it's called? Hey, Guttermind. Right now we are using, let's see here. Originally, my wife had made a Vulkan renderer that we used for a while. Diligent engine? Is it? Am I the worst speller in the world? I think I am. And we are now using this as an abstraction layer. So we've kind of built our own renderer, but it's against this, and in the background it uses only Vulkan right now. We were doing D3D for a while. But it saves... It's kind of a double-edged sword. It saves a lot of development time to write against something slightly higher level, but you do lose a lot of flexibility, and there's been some trouble with that. Yeah. I've got to wrap it up here in about 2 minutes, so I don't think I want to tackle this yet, but I think that might need to be looked at with this. Because the party manager should already know if we were invited to somebody else's party or if we own our own. And I don't think that we have to track it twice here. But I don't think the state is updated over in the party manager, so that's probably got to be sorted out. Right here. Yeah, I don't think there's, like, unless you're doing something very, very specific, I don't think you have to make a renderer from scratch. If even, like, making a game engine from scratch for a game, especially like this, is entirely unnecessary. It was one of those things where, like, we started it just because it was fun to do, and it taught us a lot, and eventually, after a while, it's like that becomes easier than using somebody else's thing because you've been doing it for so long and you know how it works, and it's just faster. But if I were to start today and my goal was to make a game, it would make no sense to make a game engine or a renderer. You know? All right, it is 5 in the morning here for me, so I've got to wrap it up right about there. Well, closing in on this. I think I'll be able to finish it tomorrow. Well, thanks for stopping by, everybody. I'll see you next time.